If you aren't comfortable with that,
Can we take notes instead of using electronic notes?
yeah, I mean, you can.
We
you
just
can do
want to
whatever
be
you want. I'm telling you what I
students
think.
that weren't able to make it.
I
Is
see.
what we're trying to
Right.
do.
Okay. So I'll do my best to answer your questions until my conference call.
Alright, so most classes already filled with the current number of faculty and students, so how can you justify that we have too many faculty?
Well, many classes aren't filled. It's a very simple answer.
All
There
of
are
the
many, many.
overrides we have to get every semester just to get basic courses that we need to graduate?
Well, there maybe that some classes are filled, but we have many, many classes that are not filled. We have many sections that have no. You can, well, I mean, you're nodding your head no, but I don't have all. I didn't walk out here with all this data. You can certainly talk with the deans, and they can show you where on the schedule we have classes that aren't full. There are many of them in a number of areas. They may not be in your area. I don't know what your area is, but there are many classes that aren't filled.
An example of filled classes. I've been trying to take genetics. I couldn't get into class. And some of the classes, and I'm a junior, by the time I go to schedule, and I schedule before most students do, they're already full. I can't get it. Those are certain classes that I have to take in order to graduate with my degree. That's kind of the example.
I understand that, and I did not suggest that all classes are.
Yeah.
I just said there are many that aren't filled, and there's some that are, absolutely.
But
There are
then if we're
many that
cutting-
are filled and there are some that aren't.
Pardon me?
There are many classes that are filled too quickly and there are some that aren't.
Well, as I said, if you want to get the exact numbers, I would suggest that you talk directly with the deans, and they can give you that.
Well,
I guess what
The science dean has actually started having forums, which
Yeah,
class
I-
will be advertising for. So, and we're trying to get the other deans to do that as well. So that's something that we're working on.
That's good.
I know one of my concerns is how are we going to rebuild the reputation of Edinburgh after this retention occurs?
Well, I don't think the reputation of Edinburgh has to be damaged. I think it will be damaged if the word goes out that this is a negative thing. I think it doesn't have to be damaged. I think a lot of people in the community understand that with 1,544 fewer students, we don't need all the faculty members that we have. We also don't need all the staff and managers. There are cuts across every area. The cuts from faculty, which are all primarily temporary faculty, don't come near to making up for the budget shortfall
What
that
about
we
the
have.
departments that don't have temporary faculty?
Then the deans are looking with the department chairs at the classes. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're working very hard to look at specific departments and where the classes are filled and where they aren't. That's what they've been working on.
I just managed that one major this week, philosophy at 16 meters.
I don't believe that philosophy has 16 majors. That's not what's in the, yeah. And so what's your question? Yeah. Okay, well, you should talk to the dean, because they have more detail at that level. According to Banner, there are not 16 majors in our classes. I didn't walk out here with that information in my head. I need to check that. Yeah.
So you're cutting these
Yeah.
departments, you should know them off the top of your head. I
Yeah.
do, for example, all the time.
I
memorize information.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, I think there were more like 9, but I'm not certain. I could look at that and have it for you.
Let's say there were 5.
Yeah.
Why is Spanish not being cut when there's 1 major, but philosophy is being cut when there's 5? Now, how does that make sense?
As I said, the deans have worked with the departments. This needs to be work that's done by the deans with the faculty members, with the department chairs and the faculty members. That's how they've made these decisions. That's what they're doing. So I would recommend that you talk with them.
When you say they work with faculty members, do they work with faculty members that are firing?
There are no faculty members being fired. You fired people.
So when
You
Dr.
fire
Sullivan
people,
loses his
excuse me,
job,
you fire people because they don't do their job well.
okay, so
This is a retrenchment, it's like a layoff, because there isn't a need.
it's another word for the same thing.
It's not conversational.
But
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. It wouldn't be inappropriate of me to ask if there's going to be cuts to administrative salary or anything from the administration.
There's already been many cuts from the administration. We cut 4 administrators at the beginning of the summer.
Okay.
And there will, and as I said over and over again, and I'll say it again, there will be some more cuts, and as well from our other unions. So we cut there as well. So we've had, if the administration has declined much more than faculty or any other area has in the past years. And I've presented those numbers to the faculty union. So, but yes, there are going to be cuts in everything. As I said, any cuts to faculty do not make up even half of the deficit that we'll be facing next year. It's probably more like a third. So we don't know exactly what the deficit will be next year because we don't know what our enrollment will be. So I know that's going to be your next question. What's it going to be next year? So,
What are some plans on getting enrollment up?
there's a huge amount of plans going on. You should talk with Associate Vice President Schultz. She's the Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Success, and she's working on that in many, many different ways.
Because you said it doesn't have to be negative, but we have freshmen that are calling us, and on the 28 class of 2018 something Facebook that are asking, should we even come to Edinburgh?
Well, the answer should be yes.
Well, most definitely, but I'm just trying to say that people are worried, and
Yeah, I understand some people are probably
so
worried.
there's no way
There's-
to not say that it's
Yeah.
affecting the university negatively.
Well, I think, Brittany, at the same time, there's a lot of people who are saying, we understand that this has to happen. The university will be negatively affected if we can't pay our employees, right? So we're doing what we need to keep the university.
Why have we been spending so much money on buildings if we can't pay our faculty?
The money has not come out of the general budget. I think I've explained this a number of times. Have you looked at
It's
the
not 2 pots of money for buildings versus faculty. We all know this.
What about when the occupancy for the Highlands
Really?
building?
How do you know this? That's just, I'm sorry, but that's incorrect. And that's true in many states, that there are 2 separate pots of money. How could,
So when the 90% occupancy for the Highlands is filled and we don't have money to pay for that, where do we get the money from?
well, the Highlands is filled. It's filled at almost 100% this year. It's 99 point something percent.
What about previous years?
Yeah. Well, last year, it's the foundation that owns the Highlands, not the university. And so when we don't have enough money from occupancy, then it would be the summer camp occupancy that makes that up.
There's a lot of summer camps.
There is a lot,
I work
and it's very full.
I have a question. If you said that the retrenchment isn't going to cover the full cost of the deficit, then what other plans are there? Next year we can't retrench more faculty. What's going to happen?
Well, we could retrench more faculty next year if that was necessary. There's no, I'm not saying we're going to, but that could happen any year when there's a need. And we would make cuts in other areas as well if there's a need. As I said, we're making cuts all across the university. We're making cuts to administration, managers, other unions, expenses. We've closed buildings. We're saving on utilities. It's a whole array of things to bring together the total that we need.
I'm sorry. How many cuts can we make? And again, as I said before, as a business owner, how many cuts can you make before there's no longer a business or no longer a school? Because,
Well,
like you said, if next year
yeah,
you have to
right.
retrench more faculty, how much faculty can you
Well,
retrench?
I mean, it depends on, I suppose, it depends on what the needs are. You can't cut past what the needs are, obviously, or else you'd have to eliminate majors. So you have to, at this point, we're looking at where do we have classes that aren't full and we don't have as much need, and that's what the deans and department chairs and faculty have been doing. As far as your other question, you know, how many cuts can you make? I mean, but you have to think about where some of the cuts have been made. So we had people who were working in the construction office as administrators in the construction office. We're not doing any more building. So we don't need those positions. That doesn't hurt the university. So those are, I mean, you look for cuts that don't hurt and that can be sustained without impacting the quality of the education.
No, I'm sorry, I may be biased because I am a science major, but you're cutting quite a few science professors.
You don't know what we're doing. You're talking about the proposal. The deans have been working with the department chairs and the department
Well,
faculty
you're proposing
to
to
find.
cut.
Okay, so I can't. That doesn't make it. The question, it doesn't make any sense anymore because that's what they've been doing over the past weeks, is trying to find alternatives. So the proposal was a proposal that was made weeks ago, and it no longer reflects what the outcome is going to be.
The deans, I can attest to that. The deans have been working very diligently and trying to save as many faculty as possible.
They're extraordinarily approachable.
They're thinking very creatively and innovatively, and they're trying to use this as a building opportunity and a rebirth. And some questions are very specific, so I highly recommend making appointments to see your dean. And like I said, we're trying to get the deans to have open forums for students and faculty.
So the music department really proposed to be saved, or do you know
No,
for sure?
that was announced that it was going to continue. Yes, that's a perfect example of what we've been doing over the past month, is working with the departments to find alternatives to what was in the proposal. So that's a really good example. I'm glad you brought that up.
I heard there was like pressure from Wollman to do a lot of the safety department.
No, that is not correct. But, I mean, if there was, that would be fine, but that's not correct. In fact, alumni who donated the most money said, we understand if you can't continue that program. I met with some of them. So that is not accurate.
Dr. Alexander?
Even Dr. Alexander, yes, correct. I met with him. So I think that that's just, you can't rely on rumors and what you've heard. It's good to ask the question and get the accurate information.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to decide. I'm an honest person. I'm direct. I'm telling you the truth. That's all I can tell you.
I just wanted to conclude, because I think you probably
Yes.
have to go. I understand. I just want to say thank you. This is, we understand that they're proposed, and that's why we're here. We're just saying, please keep trying to do as much as you can, because we don't want to see our opportunities limited. We don't want to see our professors
I don't want to see that
And I
either.
understand that. So we're
I
just
don't want
letting
to
you
see
know.
it any more than that.
That's why we're here, and some of the students might seem upset, and it's just the emotions. So
Right.
please, just,
Right.
that's what we're about. That's what the petition was about. I urge you to read it. There's a lot of great comments in it, and please keep trying to make it work. That's all we want.
That we will do our best.
Thank you.
In every way, and that's, we've been working extremely hard to do that.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Raise
Thank you
some
for
funds,
coming out.
fundraise.
Have a good afternoon. Yep.